the door. And Charles Kushner had been in jail for a variety of business practices and blackmail and things of that nature. Trump pardoned him, so he's now available to be ambassador to France. That's the appointment Trump has announced for him.
Thank you. Ron Elvin is with NPR in the United States and our US correspondent today. Our book reviewer is in Lynn Freeman. Kia ora, good morning.
Kia ora, Catherine. This is a big book.
It's a stunner, isn't it?
Big book.
Shelter from the Storm by Sean Barnett, Rob Brown,
Come on.
and Jeff Smith, published by Cotton and Burton. This must be a second run, is it?
An updated version.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was reprinted at least twice.
Right.
It came out
Right.
in 2012. And it's timely because a lot has happened in the last 12 years, and that's probably what I'll focus on for this interview. But also, and I know you marked this on 9 to Noon, Sean Barnett died earlier in the year. Very sad loss. Brought out his own beautiful book, which is a book I keep returning to, and I adore it. So very timely that this comes out again, both to mark Sean's massive contribution to the Hut Network. He loved them, he photographed them, he wrote about them, he kept them alive in our memory, and this keeps him alive in our memory also. So yeah, Shelter from the Storm, the story of New Zealand's backcountry huts. This was seen as a real landmark publication in the time. It was the first kind of wide-ranging history of this hut network, and even so, you can see how big a book this is. This is a fraction only of the remaining huts. Now, there are some more huts, there are some huts that have been lost. Again, that's the story of that they will not last forever, and some of them lost controversially. But what I think is really interesting here is the way that they look at how DOC is simply unable to maintain the network of huts it's been responsible for. Doesn't have the resources, doesn't have the money, doesn't have the person power to maintain them. And what they say here is a book that could have been seen as disastrous, but actually what we have are communities stepping up and taking responsibility, because these things are really hard to maintain. I don't know if I've stayed in one hut. I don't know if you're someone who stayed in huts. I'm not a hut stayer. I'm not a tent.
Not out in the wops, so to speak, that's for sure. But yeah, they're far from. In fact, hut bagging was a favourite pastime where they would literally, make sure they could get to every hut going. I certainly one of Sean's one of his many great enterprises. But
and,
yeah,
and bless them for that, because you see the terrain here, and the photos are amazing, right? So sometimes you see a photo here, and the hut is this tiny speck.